What's going on, everyone? I got one more, little titty jacking video for you. So we're working on this model. We added a few things today from popular request, and it actually did help a lot with piecing things together. It was recommended that we add the closing price, the volume, and the put call ratio for each of these dates. And what we're doing basically is we're measuring each short interest receipt date with the short interest itself, with the percent change from the previous reporting period of short interest, the days to cover, the dark pool percent short for each day, the put call ratio for each day, the volatility for call options for each day, the closing price of each day, and the volume for each day. All of those metrics are specifically related to GameStop for each specific date that we've picked here based on the short interest report. Now, yes, I understand. Short interest is bullshit. But if you want to try and measure what's going on or what they're doing, you can still use it as a benchmark to try and figure out what the hell is going on. So this section here is completely irrelevant to these sections. Okay, this is the repo section here. We have counterparties here. We have repo amount here. So when we string this data in together and we analyze it using Excel's Power BI tool, there is a lot of correlations. A lot. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and get the actual titles in there so we can actually read it, right? So analyze the data. We want short interest to be a average. I don't think it should affect it either way as long as it's in there. And then days to cover. We want the counterparties. We want the, okay, everything's a value but the date. Perfect. Okay, so now we look at it and we look at the results that were given by Excel's analytics tool that's drawing correlations from this data here. And the first one we get is short interest has an outlier at date 1/15/2021. So basically what that's saying is that on 2021, the very first reporting period for short interest, we saw the highest amount, and it's been going down ever since, despite the price going up and it getting heavily shorted every day. So now let's go back here to where we just were and look at some more shit. So short interest appears highly determined by field dark pool percent short. Negatively correlated? Let's find out. So this is our dark pool percent short right here. No, I'm sorry. This is our short interest percent. Okay. And then let's go to the legend here. No, that's short interest. I'm sorry. So we have short interest here and we have dark pool percent short here. So as short interest is going up, which this is the highest point here, the lowest we've ever seen this year as far as dark pool percentage, I believe, is around 30 some odd percent. Yeah, I mean, the dark pool percent short has been increasing as the short interest has been decreasing. You can see it. Let's put a line in there for those of you who aren't visually. There you go. That should help. So you can see as this line represents short interest, linear short interest. This is your dark pool percent short. So just, you can see it's coming to a point. Okay, so that's one area. Now, I'm not going to make this too long. I just want to give a brief update. The main thing I wanted to show you is the repo. So percent change appears highly determined by field short interest as well. That's normal because we did a mathematical equation to get the percent change, so that's normal. Volatility to put call ratio, that's normal as well. Now, look at this shit. This is the whole reason why I've done this. The field repo amount appears highly determined by field short interest. So look at this. The very, very first repo this year happened to be the same lowest amount or highest amount of short interest, right? And then it's just been going I mean, we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it, everyone. The repo amount appears highly determined by the field's short interest. Not just determined, but highly determined. And I want to show you one more thing before I get this one off here. Get this one off. Remember the calls and puts that were married deep out of the money in the options? So the price here ran from 101 to 220, right? When the price ran from 325, or I'm sorry, when the price ran from 35 to 325, we saw not even a doubled increase in the put call ratio. Now, if you're wondering where they or when they stash their puts and calls, I think we just figured it out. Look at this shit. Between 226 after the run up, remember March 10th, the flash crash, all that bullshit? Well, the 15th reporting period, look at the put call ratio. 1.3 to 4.61. The volatility jumped less than it did in January when it ran from 35 to 325. Do you see what I'm seeing? We're going to connect it all, everybody. We are. The problem is that the closing price being this high, this long, has caused this shit to happen. It's clear as day in the data. Maybe not as enough yet to prove some of you old man repos out there, because I know that you think the system is working as intended. Oh man. Well, that's about it for today. But yeah, we're gonna keep working on this, everyone. This shit is nuts. And I'll pause this here for a sec so you can just, if you want to pause the video and look at all this, go right ahead. The story's there. We just got to find it.